In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most beneficent, may the peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of us. Assalamu alaikum students. In your last class, you learned the chapter Classification of Living Things. In this chapter, you learned about the classification and plant kingdom. Now today I will explain you animal kingdom or classification of animals. The animal kingdom is divided into two major groups. The first one is vertebrates and second one is invertebrates. Now today I will explain you about the vertebrates. So first we must know about the vertebrates. Animals which have a backbone or vertebral column are called vertebrates. Do you know about the vertebral column? What is vertebral column? Vertebral column is made up of several small bones. Have you got it? Now examples of vertebrates are fish, frog, hen, turtle and cow. They all are the example of vertebrates. Now I will explain you about the classification of vertebrates. Vertebrates are divided into 5 major classes. The first one is class Pisces. The class Pisces include all types of fishes. The second one is class Amphibia. Frog and salamander are the example of class Amphibia. Amphibians live in water as well as on land. Now the third one is class Reptilia. They mostly live on land. Snake, crocodile, turtle are the examples of class Reptilia. Now the fourth one is class Aves. This class includes birds. Now the fifth one is class Mammalia. Cow, goat, sheep. They all are the examples of class Mammalia. One by one I will explain you. The first one is class Pisces. The class Pisces includes all types of fish. Now I will tell you about the characteristic of class Pisces. The first one is their bodies are mostly covered with scale. You can see in the picture. Now the second one is they live in water. As you know, all fish live in water. Now the third one is they swim with the help of fins. You can see in the picture. In this picture there is mentioned the fins, and the fins are used for swimming. Have you got it about the class Pisces? There are 3 characteristics of class Pisces. The first one, their bodies are mostly covered with scales. They live in water and they swim with the help of fins. Now the next is class Amphibia. They have slippery skin like frog. They live in water as well as on land. Now the third one is their eggs are without hard shells. You can see in the picture. The shells are very soft. Have you got it about the class Amphibia? They have slippery skin. They live in water as well as on land. Their eggs are without hard shells. Now the next class is class Reptilia. They have dry and scaly skin like crocodile. Now the next, the mostly live on land, and their eggs are covered with protective shell. You can see in the picture. The class Reptilia, eggs are covered with hard shells, or you can say the protective shell. These are the characteristics of Reptilia. Number 1 is they have dry and scaly skin. Second is they mostly live on land. Now the third one is their eggs are covered with protective shell. Have you got it? Now the next is class Aves. This class includes birds. Now their bodies are covered with feathers like this. And the second one is they have hollow and spongy bones. You can see in the pictures, the bones are very hollow and spongy. Now the third one is their forelimbs are modified into wings. These are the characteristics of aves. Their bodies are covered with feathers. They have hollow and spongy bones. Their forelimbs are modified into wings. Now the next class is class Mammalia. Mammals are the most advanced animals, and they include man as well as many wild and domestic animals. I will tell you about the characteristic of Mammalia. Their bodies are covered with hair like this, and they give birth to young ones, and they are respired with lungs. Their bodies are covered with hair, they give birth to young one, and they are respired with lungs. The class Pisces includes all types of fish. The second one is class Amphibia. The frog is an example of class Amphibia. Amphibians live in water and they live on land. And you can see in this video. Now the third one is class Reptilia. They mostly live on land, and the turtle is an example of class Reptilia. And the fourth one is class Aves. This class includes birds. You can see in this video, the all types of birds are included in this class. Now the last one is class Mammalia. Mammals are the most advanced animal. They include man as well as many wild and domestic animals. Have you got it? I will explain you about the vertebrates. Animals which have a backbone or vertebral column are called vertebrates. Vertebrates are divided into 5 classes. The first one is class Pisces. Class Pisces includes all types of fish. Class Amphibia, they live in water as well as on land. Now the third one is class Reptilia. They mostly live on land. They have dry and scaly skin. The fourth one is class Aves. This class includes birds. Number 5 is class Mammalia. They are the most advanced animals. They includes men as well as many wild and domestic animals. Have you got it? This is all about the classification of vertebrates. Now last but not the least, home task. Short question. Question number 4. Define vertebrates. List 5 classes of vertebrates. Long question. Write at least 3 characteristics of each class of vertebrates. There are 1 short question and 1 long question from the book. You have to answer it in your copy. I hope that you have understood the lesson as well as home task. Take care. Allah Hafiz.